We're in beautiful, is this Washington Ave? It is now. Washington Ave in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Italian market.
Word around town as I got the city bumping. And frankly, they did not see that coming. I'm the perfect mix of the Gestapo and El Chapo and Picasso.
On today's agenda, we're gonna cover pizza. We're gonna do 5 different types spread across the pizza universe. We're gonna piss people off. We're gonna piss me off because I have to do certain things. Vegetarian pizza. But all in all, it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna show you from start to finish how to make dough, how to make sauce from scratch, how to make all your toppings, and then how to put them in the oven and cook them off. Your number one thing you want to start with is you want to have an electric mixer. Unfortunately, we don't have a budget, so I don't have a mixer. So we do everything by hand. First thing you need, giant mixing bowl and flour. Normally you want to use 00 flour. 00 flour is like the finest flour you can get. Unfortunately, again, you know what I mean? We don't have 00 because you ain't got money. You know what I mean? You ain't got money, you can't do things. So we're gonna use all purpose. And you just want 2 cups. You want some salt, probably like a teaspoon. And then you wanna mix this up and set it aside. The next thing you're gonna need, the important part, is yeast. It's very easy to kill yeast, and it's very easy to not activate yeast. If you kill yeast, you don't get rise. If you don't activate it, you don't get rise. So it's important that your water temperature, I like to use around 105. It's basically lukewarm. As soon as it feels warm on your skin, you're good to go. This is baker's yeast. Now, one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to mix salt and yeast together. That's why you mix the salt with the flour, creates a guard around it. If it comes directly in contact with it, your yeast is dead. Oil, olive oil, vegetable oil, I don't care. Tablespoon. Water, 1 cup of water. Mix it in here. Now, what we're gonna do is stir it around. Now we're gonna mix our yeast, oil, and water mixture with our dry. And you can just go right in with it. Now to start, you can use a rubber spatula or a wooden spatula. You just want it to come together, and then you're gonna use your hands and knead it. See, this just comes together. So this is okay for hand mixing. So now you got your dough together. You should be able to pick it up in one glob. It's gonna stick. It's fine. You just fucked with it. Like, the gluten's all discombobulated right now. It doesn't know what's going on. Put that in there, cover it, and let it chill for 20 minutes. Let it come together, let it relax, let the gluten just chill out. So now our dough's rested for 20 minutes. From here, you have multiple things you can do. You can portion it up into 2 pieces and have 2 medium-sized pizzas, or leave it as 1 whole pizza. You can create your portions and freeze them immediately. And then when you feel like making pizza, pull one out. 3 hours later, you're good to go. Just sit at room temp for 3 hours. It'll slow rise up. Good to go from there. Earlier today, we did a recipe of this and we portioned it out to show you today. So here it is. 2 of these is 1 recipe of dough. If you're using them same day, 3 to 4 hours at room temp to proof. If you're using them tomorrow or the next day, overnight proof it. So as soon as you take it and portion it, put it right in the fridge, it'll slow proof. What that's gonna do is it's gonna enhance the flavor of the yeast. It's gonna sit and it's gonna ferment for 24 hours. It's gonna give you more yeasty flavor, which is really good. Sauce, tomato, let's do it. Tomato sauce is super easy. You don't have to do shit. Get a can of tomatoes, whole peeled, crushed. There's no price difference, cool. Dump them in a container. Get yourself oregano, garlic, red pepper flake, basil. Oh, it's basil, I guess I'm not basil. $3 a bag? Suck my big toe. Black pepper and some Himalayan sea salt. Now, you wanna use a teaspoon of everything. 1 can of tomatoes. 1 can is 28 ounces. If you don't wanna use canned tomatoes, you yourself can go through the process of making your own goddamn sauce. Have fun with that. Jose, why a teaspoon of everything? Because it's easy and consistent. If you don't like garlic, then adjust it yourself. If you don't like red chili flake, then adjust it yourself. I'm here to give you the baseline. You can do whatever you want. Don't listen to me, I don't care. You're the one that's gonna look like an asshole, not me. If you have a blender, jam this shit into a blender. If you have a food processor, throw it in a food processor. If you have a burr mixer, Jose, what the fuck's a burr mixer? It's this. It looks like a magic wand, you know, a bzz, bzz, bzz. So just get in there and make yourself some tomato sauce. So you wanna do that for about a minute. If you have a blender, same thing, a minute. Now we're finished. Now we have our sauce. Now we move on to toppings. So for today's extravaganza, we have about 4 or 5 different pizzas I'm gonna prepare for you. Now we're gonna go through each topping. I'll show you how to prepare it. We got some bacon, we got pepperoni, we got some fennel, onions and peppers, some nice ribeye. We got this dope Italian sausage from the market. Like, see, this is that old school rustic shit. Like, everything's all in giant ass pieces still. We got some porchetta, some dope mozz from South Philly, and some of these funguses. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook off the sausage. Get yourself a aluminum lined baking sheet. Get yourself some sausage. Throw this in the oven. Oven is set at 450 degrees. You don't have to cook these all the way. You just wanna roast them a little bit so that when you put them in the oven on top of the pizza, they finish. You wanna leave it in there for about, it's 450 degrees, about 8 minutes. You should get a nice sear on the outside. Oh yeah, that's fucking gorgeous. Next move is the bacon. Here we got bacon ends. You can use normal grocery store bacon, but I paid $1 for this shit, so take what I can get. No budget. Got no money to spend. If you wanna help out, you can buy the good bacon. But I honestly think this is the best bacon you can get. Like, is it just like really fucking disturbing that cured meat like does something to me? I'm gonna do this in lardons because I'm here to make you a smarter person. Lardons, if you wanna come in and get a shot, they're just little cubes. They're a size bigger than like a bacon bit. Damn dog, I'm sweating like a pig up here. You got your bacon cubed up, you get your pan. You wanna go on medium heat, let them render slowly. You don't have to mess with them. We wanna saute our onions, our peppers, and then we're gonna get to our fennel and saute that as well. Oh yeah. If you've never eaten fennel, the most familiar flavor you'll get from it is anisette or anise. It tastes like fucking licorice. Whatever sambuca is made of. You wanna clear these things off. These are inedible. You wanna cut the root off, also inedible. And then you wanna quarter this. You wanna go in half, like this. And then you see this heart right here? Can't eat that. So what do we gotta do? Cut it again. And then we'll put it on the side and we'll cut it out. Cougar Bear, you're the best audience I could ever ask for, but you ain't getting shit to eat. Thinly sliced. We've got this nice, medium, dainty, beautiful piece of ribeye that was aged perfectly. Look at that fucking age. We don't want to cook it beforehand because we don't want well done garbage on our pizza. So we're gonna thinly slice this and we're gonna set it aside and we're gonna put it on raw. And as the pizza cooks, your steak's gonna cook and you're gonna get that juice and that flavor right in on that pizza and you're gonna thank me later. Now we have these mushrooms here. Today, we have shiitakes. And these, we're not gonna cut these up. We're just gonna rip them into pieces. We're gonna leave them whole. We don't need any fancy knife cuts. We're gonna leave it nice and rustic. We'll go ahead and rip them up, quarter them. You want hot pan, hot oil, quick saute, take them off. The good thing about mushrooms is they're like steak almost. You can sear them and they get a nice crust on them. Saute it, you get a nice flavor out of it. Most vegetarians, from what I hear, use mushrooms as a meat substitute. That's fucked. Next thing we're gonna do is caramelize pineapple. Jose, are you putting pineapple on pizza? Fucking right I am. Now, you don't need this whole thing. You just wanna clean it. Pineapple has a core in it. Can't eat it, you can chew on it. So quarter your pieces, and then you'll have a spine, and you just cut that out. Medium dice. Take your pieces, put them into a baking tray. This can be, you can use anything that can go in the oven and that will hold things. So you just wanna do this, get them in here. Now to this, if you use a whole pineapple, use 1/2 cup of sugar, 2 shots of rum, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Toss all of that together in the oven at 325 degrees for 45 minutes. Every 10 minutes, you stir them. You get beautiful caramelized pineapple like this. Hey, Mom.
What's up?
So, did you see the cooking videos that I made?
I saw one of them.
What did you think?
Well, I thought they were good except for the cursing.
Pizza time. Oven. 475. If you have a pizza stone, you're fucking good to go. If you're like me and don't have a pizza stone, you're gonna need aluminum foil. Just gonna do a traditional pepperoni. Real easy. Get into it, let it go from there. Get yourself 1 slice of aluminum foil, large enough that you'll be able to hold the sides and lift it. Dough. You don't have to wear gloves. I wear gloves because it's easier for me. Now, smell your dough. If it smells good, it's pretty good, most likely. Oh yeah, this is nice. All right. Give yourself a nice pile of flour because you're gonna fucking need it. All right. Get your dough down. Hands. You're gonna go 1 outside. And then work your way in the middle, work your way out. Press, slide. Lift it up, make sure you have a ton of flour. See how it's sticking? Jam that flour under. For this, you want as much flour as needed. So now, you can stretch like this. Stretch and twist. You can do it with your hands. I would recommend just stretching and twisting unless you know what you're doing. You can pull it like this. You just want to stretch your dough so you get the right size circle, disc that you want. Don't stretch from the middle. You stretch from the middle, you're gonna make your dough in the middle thin, possibly tear it. Stretch from the outside, and as you stretch from the outside and move it, it'll start to expand. Put it on here, and now you can go through it and you can do more stretching. One thing I like to do with all my dough is, before I put my sauce on, is take some olive oil, and I like to season it. I like to salt, pepper my dough before doing anything. If you have a brush, you can use a brush for this. I don't. So salt. Generic kosher. Himalayan sea salt. Don't matter. Pepper. Sauce that we made earlier. You can use a lot, you can use a little. When you build a pepperoni pizza, oh my Lord. You want a couple of them underneath the cheese. Now these are like dope pepperonis. These aren't the generic kind. If you have a market nearby that sells like cured meats, definitely take advantage of that instead of using Hormel bullshit. Like, you'll get more flavor out of this stuff and it's almost better for you if you're one of those health nuts. So we'll throw some down. and then we'll come back to these. Cheese. We got this dope mozzarella, also purchased from a local market. Where the fuck is the cheese place at? Nah, the cheese was the next one, I think. For sure it's the next one. I swear to Christ, did we pass it on the way in, didn't we? Yeah, it's back where we started. There it is. How you doing? You guys have shredded mozz? Like, ooh, that's beautiful. I get 2 of those, actually 3 of those. Support local businesses. It's cheaper too. Cheese. On. Just gonna go on and spread it out. Go out to the crust. Don't really matter. This is your pizza. Do it how you want. All right, a little more cheese. Clean up your sides here. Now, this can get tricky. You have to be extremely careful. You have to have really good eye-hand coordination. And you can't be an asshole. Puka Bear, I need to get in here, please, thank you. Oven. Pull your rack out. Carefully, find your even spot. Go right in the center. Close that up. 6 to 8 minutes. 475 degrees. Let it chill. You can check it around 6 minutes. If it's right where you like it, nice and even, melted everything, yank it out. If you like a crispier top or a crunchier crust, leave it in there for 8 minutes. Leave it in for 10 minutes. You're making it. Just anything less than 6 minutes, you're gonna have raw dough. All right, time's up. It's been about 8 minutes, maybe 9. I like my pizza crunchy, so. All right, oh my goodness gracious. Get in there, take a picture of it. Carefully. Ooh, be careful with that pepperoni fat. I just gonna take this and chill it out back here. Got a little rise on that crust. Got a little char on top, a little well done cheese. So today's task at hand was to make pizza. By the looks of it, we completed the task. We have your basic pepperoni. We've got mild Italian sausage with roasted fennel. Your run-of-the-mill vegetarian with spinach, peppers, onions, fennel, shiitake mushrooms. My take on the Hawaiian, caramelized pineapple, bacon ends, and porchetta. That's a hard one to remember, porchetta. And then the last one we did, we have the steak pizza with arugula, peppers, onions, ribeye, arugula. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure. It was fun. And go out and make yourself some pizza. Have a pizza party. Invite your friends over. Get crazy with it.